We're glad to welcome you back to Lariat TV News. This week in our first newscast of the semester, we'll tell you about a gas leak that cleared Stacy Riddle and catch up on a restaurant rebuilding from the ashes. I'm Danica Young.
And I'm Caitlin Sides. Before we jump into those stories, first we're following up on a viral trend sparking vehicle thefts. Students who drive Kias on campus have a target on their cars because of a rash of thefts, but many of them are not worried. LTVN's Danica Young tells you why these drivers are staying loyal.
Despite the recent spike in Kia thefts on campus,
we're consistent. We still love Kia. You're still loyal.
Some students are staying loyal.
That's awesome.
Elizabeth said her family has always been a Kia family and they plan to keep it that way.
I love Kia. I love Kia.
Following a TikTok trend detailing how to break into a Kia, 3 break-ins have been reported on and around campus, making some owners nervous.
I guess I still have fear just because I know the specific car type is being targeted.
Other car owners say they would leave their cars at home and take the bus if their cars are being targeted.
Realistically, people are just breaking in the cars, and specifically my type of car. I probably wouldn't want to risk that because, that's not worth it.
These incidents are currently being investigated, but Kia drivers are encouraged to go into their local dealership free of cost.
I definitely would encourage anyone who drives a Kia to get their locks upgraded and just be super alert about their car and belongings that are inside the car, just for safety for all of us.
So if you own a Kia, make sure to go in and get your locks checked so that you don't become a victim of this crime. For Lariat TV News, I'm Danica Young. Wednesday night, sororities evacuated the Stacy Riddle Panhellenic building while police and firefighters addressed a gas leak. It started with an unpleasant smell. When natural gas isn't burning properly, it produces carbon monoxide, which can be deadly, even when you can't smell it. Sorority members only waited 10 minutes until it was all clear.
I felt kind of confused because I didn't really know what was
going on.
We were all
of a sudden being ushered out, and they were everyone calmly exit the building, there's been a gas leak, so we were all just kind of confused, and then we were all just in the parking lot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then the building was cleared. So
yeah, it definitely looked really scary with all the fire trucks and police, and I don't think a lot of people knew what was going on. So it was just we were hanging out for a sec, but I think we're all good now. So yeah.
Students are coming down with illnesses all over campus, but is it a pervasive problem or just a short-term strain? LTVN's Macy Krause talked to the Baylor Health Center, and the real numbers might surprise you.
Comparing January last year to this year, there's been an 800% increase in flu cases at the Baylor Health Center. And it's not just the flu. There are a lot of other illnesses going around.
We see spikes at different times in our somewhat closed community. I suspect this wave is going to continue. It's predominantly influenza A.
Both Dr. Stern and Clinton strongly recommend flu shots and says there's a benefit to taking that precaution every year.
People who get the flu shot every year, your immune system has a way of remembering the old flu vaccines when you get the current one. And so it makes you have a more robust immunity to do that, so that you're much less likely to get sick from the flu.
Dr. Stern, the medical director at Baylor, says there are 5 steps that students can take to avoid contagious illnesses.
I think one of the things that students fail to do is they don't take anything. And so if you know it's safe for you to take something for some of your symptoms, then it would be helpful. It usually makes you feel better. May not make you feel well, or you may not get over the virus faster, but at least you won't be quite as miserable while you're waiting it out.
Mm-hmm. The Baylor Health Center offers medicine for symptoms, vaccines, and some antiviral medications that can be used.
We offer immunizations, we offer treatment for sick visits, we also offer preventative visits or just visits for regular physical exams or regular checkups.
If you're sick, you can complete paperwork online to schedule beforehand or call Baylor Health Clinic's number and visit them on the 2nd floor of the Student Life Center. For Lariat TV News, I'm Macy Krause.
The Heard Center's ballroom was filled with a variety of vendors, from flower arrangement companies to local hotels, for Baylor Supplier Fair Wednesday morning. The mission of the fair is to encourage local vendors to attend and promote their companies, allowing them to connect with past customers and create new ones. Hole in the Roof Marketing has been a longtime partner with Baylor, creating custom merchandise with logos. As a creative and interactive twist, they encourage attendees to putt their way to free prizes. A long line of customers waiting to put their golf skills to the test appeared to support this strategy.
Our company is Hole in the Roof Marketing. We've been around for 23 years serving the Waco community and Baylor. And so we're here today to interact with our customers, meet new people, make connections, have a little bit of fun. As far as products, we can do pretty much anything that you can put your logo on. We've done a lot of really fun things for Belle and Indy. So we've got a sweatshirt that's just right over there, and we've done things for Christmas. And so that's been really fun, just to kind of play around with them as they're growing.
One of the top destinations for barbecue in Waco made some unique adjustments to reopen their Woodway location after a devastating fire. Caitlin Sides tells you what they did.
Hellberg Barbecue officially reopened for drive-through business during Christmas break, just shy of a month after a devastating fire. With the entire building inoperable, Hellberg owners Philip and Yvette thought about what their next step should be.
We figured the best way to get the most people served through here would be to stay at the same location that we've been at. Rather than trying to relocate and then, get the word out about being open in a new spot, we figured we can find a way to stay put. That's going to be the best option for us.
With the help from many different friends and businesses, the restaurant reopened 2 days before Christmas Eve.
Super humbling. We weren't in a position to say no to anything at that point. And so just letting people use their time, talents, and treasures to bless us it's super uplifting and really kept us going through that time. And now that we're back open, we want to just build up some strength so that we can, bless others the same way.
The team is pushing through this new change for 2024 and making the best of their new situation. For Lariat TV News, I'm Caitlin Sides. Up next, students are missing a fan favorite dining hall.
And one student is breaking the mold of pageantry. Keep it here.
Let there be light. Let there be roommates and teammates and strangers who become family. Let there be marching and cheering. Let there be challenging courses and time to share. Scholarship and championships. Let there be groundbreaking and soul-searching. Let there be laughter. Let there be joy. Let there be light.
Some students are missing warm cookies and flying saucers. Claire Goodyear tells you what's keeping Memorial Dining Hall closed so far this semester.
Baylor has 4 dining halls, and as many students know, one of the fan favorites, Memorial, is currently closed.
Most of what we're doing in the dining hall is actually related to the residence hall above. So the residence hall above has what we call private bathrooms, and so about every 2 suites have a shared bathroom, kind of like a Jack and Jill, and we had to get underneath the second floor to tie in all of the plumbing, the sanitary lines, and in order to do that we had to close down the dining hall.
Some students are excited to see what the renovations have in store.
Mid-February it's coming back. That's not that long of a wait, and also seeing the renovations they've done with Collins and what they've done with the Memorial Hall so far, I think it will be worth the wait. It's not that big of an issue.
The dining hall will only go through one small change.
As part of the Memorial and Alexander Hall renovations, there will be a new dining hall entrance. The things for Corona Commons, that will be opened up. It will not be opened up yet, but that will happen.
And it's not just the food that they miss.
I miss Andrea. Andrea made my flying saucers, and she always cooked them to the right crispiness, just a nice burnt golden.
And the way that she would fold them that Pentagon style, it can't be beat. There's no replacing Andrea. She's a beast.
Memorial Dining Hall will be back up and running on February 16th. For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Goodyear.
The Center for Developmental Disabilities brought some extra cheer to the sub Wednesday morning. Jared Cottingham shows you how.
The Baylor Center for Developmental Disabilities celebrated their 10th year anniversary this morning in the Student Union building, partnering with coffee shop Biddy and Bo's.
We're launching our 10th anniversary year in 2024, and one of the areas we really want to grow in is our student engagement and our student involvement. We do have a lot of graduate students involved in research and clinical training as part of their respective programs, but where we would really like to flourish is our engagement with undergraduate students and having opportunities for them to walk alongside individuals with disabilities in various spaces.
The center's upcoming events include the Autism and Worship Academic Lecture, Baylor versus Texas Tech baseball game, and Dr. Pepper Hour. The Biddy and Bo staff also invites students to come on in.
Some pretty good pastries, coffee.
Yes.
Nice place to study.
Yes, it is. We had chocolate coffee, coffee shops.
Biddy and Bo's staff surely brought the energy this morning, and students were not only woken up by coffee and hot chocolate. For Lariat TV News, I'm Giara Cottingham.
Fitness is getting a lot cheaper. Students have the opportunity to try a variety of classes in the Slick for free as many times as they desire for a limited time through the Fitwell program. Here's your chance to recover from those holiday pounds. The no-charge pass will be available until the 29th of January.
I tried the Pilates class at 7 a.m. and I thought it was really awesome to be able to try a new class before buying the Fit Pass, and I'm excited to go back again soon.
Recently, the Martin Museum of Art introduced a new exhibit that sheds light on the history of women who excel with a camera. Pursuit in the Light, Women in Photography is teaching a history lesson on feminism through women who created the artwork rather than serving as a muse. The exhibit offers a CAE credit opportunity and will be open until April 8th.
It's really a little bit of tradition and a little bit of rebellion in the show, because that's something that we sort of struggled with, but also embraced at the same time.
When most people hear the word pageants, they think of big dresses and diamond-studded crowns. But one Baylor student defies those stereotypes and uses pageantry for a good cause.
And yes, sometimes it's sparkly and it's fun, you get to be on stage and you have a blast with your friends, but there's so much work behind the scenes, especially with the service initiative.
Austin Douglas, Baylor sophomore, holds the title of Miss Westlake. She has been competing in pageants since her freshman year of high school. While she enjoys the glitz and glamour, she finds her passion lying in advocation.
I really wanted an outlet to raise some more funds and advocate for pediatric cancer.
Now, Austin has been working on a proclamation project to recognize International Childhood Cancer Day on February 15th amongst local cities. One of these proclamations is in Waco. Her connection to this service project extends deep.
So I have some really good family friends whose daughter was diagnosed with cancer, and we became really close with them, especially during that time. Her name is Ellie, and so she left such an impact on myself. She's a huge part of why I keep competing and why I keep advocating for pediatric cancer.
Austin's younger sister, Alexis, was also close to Ellie. She has been able to see how Austin redefined that experience to create effective change.
As much as it hurt and as much as it caused so much grief, it also caused so much growth, and she chose to take initiative and to do things further because of that.
Austin says that working on the proclamations has been rewarding in more ways than just one. Not only will her efforts support pediatric cancer patients, but it has also taught her an important life lesson.
You can do more than you think. You just have to go for it. You have to try things. It never hurts to ask. The worst people can say is no.
Austin will attend Waco's City Council meeting on February 6th to finalize the proclamation. On top of that, she will continue her philanthropy efforts as she prepares to compete in Miss Texas in June. For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Ferguson.
Both basketball teams are looking for a much-needed win at home.
And we'll introduce you to a well-traveled young man who made the men's team without a scholarship. Next.
If you play on the men's basketball team, it might be hard to go unnoticed around campus. In this LTVN exclusive, I talked to someone who can do just that. While Baylor basketball fans might be familiar with players like Jacoby Walter and Yves Misi, someone they might not be as familiar with is walk-on freshman Omar Adegbola, who only joined the team on June 1st.
When Coach Drew offered me the spot to be a walk-on, it wasn't like just any original walk-on spot. Like, he's promised me like I'll be able to practice, get better, and then hopefully see what happens in the future. So that's why I chose it, because I feel like it was a good opportunity for me.
Omar grew up playing soccer before his family had to move to Alaska, where he lived through freshman year. While there, he picked up basketball before his father's job forced him to relocate to Qatar, where he lived for 8 months. His final stop before Baylor was at Montverde Academy, where he was part of their college basketball development program his junior and senior years.
One of my friends told me that I should start playing basketball, so I tried. So I played in the YMCA league my 8th grade year, and then at first I was terrible, but then I just kept working, kept going in the gym, got better.
Despite having only been on the team a little over a month, Omar was still able to go with the rest of his teammates to Paris in August, where the Bears played against the Paris All-Stars and the South France Select team.
Playing in Paris was fun. I think that trip was really what made the team so close. I was always hanging out with my teammates there, playing games. It was just a fun experience.
Omar doesn't only have fun with his friends on the team, but also with special needs kids who he worked with at high school at Mount Bird and now at Baylor.
It's always fun working with them, just talking to them, like just getting to know them, and then it's just a fun thing. Especially over here, we had a camp with special needs kids just not too long ago, and it was just fun, just shooting around with them, playing defense against them, just seeing the smile on their faces.
Omar and the Bears next host TCU at Foster Pavilion with tip-off set for 3 p.m. on Saturday. For Lariat TV News, I'm Braden Murray. Junior softball player Shaylin Govan was unanimously named to the preseason All-Big 12 team. This is not Govan's first Big 12 honor, as she was named to the first team All-Big 12 last season after batting .369 and leading the conference in walks. Last season, Govan led the Bears in home runs with 11, 6 of which brought in other runners. Govan says getting this recognition from the conference is very rewarding.
It felt very good. Having my name especially in the Big 12, because we're very, very competitive in softball, probably one of the top softball conferences in the country, and just it was amazing just being able to see my name at least pop up with some of the greats like right now in our sport and throughout the conference.
The Bears season is right around the corner, with the first series starting on February 9th at home versus Tennessee. Women's basketball is struggling to find their footing after losing at home for the first time this season. Jaira Cunningham was courtside.
Kansas State came to Foster Pavilion Monday night for a battle between two ranked teams, with the Wildcats winning 58-55, resulting in Baylor's third loss in the last 4 games.
I don't make any rash decisions. I'm going to go recruiting. We'll watch a lot of film. We're going to take a day off, and we're going to get better on Wednesday.
The Bears kept a lead during the first half, but got into foul trouble after intermission, allowing Kansas State multiple opportunities to make free throws. Offensively, Baylor was not keeping up.
They have a lot of games to look at, a lot of film to look at to take away our advantages on offense. So I think we just got to keep working, staying in the gym, and having those counter moves, having those when we drive and attack. The people aren't going to collapse on us. We have great people that can attack the rim.
Sophomore guard Bella Fauntleroy is aware of her crucial defensive role this year. She scored 1 3-pointer.
Kind of figuring out, okay, they're matching up in a 3-2, so we need to go 2-guard front, kind of finding those gaps. I feel like that's something we're definitely still learning, because whenever we did get an opportunity to get to those open spaces and move, we made shots.
But they did not make enough of them. Only 4 of 19 shots from beyond the arc.
I got to figure out who I can put in the high post and make him a decision maker, because the high post is the kill spot against the zone.
During the first half of the game, Coach Middle decided to foul the Bears if they had their back to the basket or if they were dribbling.
Now with 2.5, I didn't want to foul. I didn't want to foul at that point. Everything was going to be in and around the arc. I just wanted to live with the result, and I thought our group did a good job of forcing the throw inside the arc.
In the fourth quarter, the Bears shot 1 for 9 3-pointers while Kansas State scored the last 6 points of the game.
I don't make any rash decisions. I'm going to go recruiting. We'll watch a lot of film. We're going to take a day off, and we're going to get better on Wednesday.
Baylor will face Oklahoma State Sunday, 1 p.m. at Foster Pavilion. For Lariat TV News, I'm Giera Cottingham.
After losing their second consecutive game, 15th ranked Baylor men's basketball plays host to familiar foe TCU on Saturday afternoon. This will be the 193rd meeting between the two teams, with the Bears winning 8 of their last 10 home games against the Horned Frogs. TCU is 14-5 so far this season and are coming off a 74-69 win against Oklahoma State on Tuesday. Sophomore guard Langston Love will be looking to extend his double-digit scoring streak to 6 games. He averages 14.2 points per game, most in the Big 12 among non-starters.
We just got to stay focused, preparation coming into the game. The things that we practice always happens in the game, and some of those situations happen. And in practice, we weren't as locked in as we should have been, so we suffered. But I definitely learned that we just have to execute.
And that's all for this week. The Baylor Lariat has the most in-depth coverage on all your favorite sports and athletes. Stick with us for the latest. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Braden, and that's all that we have this week for Lariat TV News. But make sure to keep tuning in right here for the latest on campus and around Waco.
We'll keep bringing you the news you need to know all semester. So until we see you next time, have a great week, and as always, Sic 'em Bears.